everyone, and welcome to Momtastic Mondays, a segment on KYETalks. I am your host Kranti Kkaulgud. On this digital platform, we speak with mompreneurs, mothers who are entrepreneurs, and we find out just how amazingly they manage both the work and the home front. So my guest today is a mompreneur. She is Kranti Kkaulgud. She is the director of PolyChem, which is an ISO certified company manufacturing specialty chemicals since the last 24 years and going strong. They are committed to providing solutions that not only solve problems but also help in saving energy at a substantial cost. How awesome is that? They have expanded in various verticals, both domestically as well as internationally over the years. So we are going to find out more from this mompreneur. Hi Kranti, and welcome to the KYE digital platform. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Turta. It's very nice to be talking to you through the KYE initiative.
Thank you so much. So please go ahead.
I would like to know a little bit about KYE before we get into the actual interview piece, if it's okay.
Yes, absolutely. So this platform is basically to get the stories of all the entrepreneurs out there. And this special segment is called Momtastic Mondays because, you know, mompreneurs, like mothers who are entrepreneurs, they're so adept at, you know, managing the home and work front. So we really want to know how effectively you do it. So, you know, please and really we want to share your story out there on this platform. So somebody sitting somewhere, you know, may just find that inspiration. Maybe they're thinking how to take the first step, but your story may just help them, you know, kind of go ahead and take that first step. So can you please, you know, first of all, tell us about PolyChem and also how do you manage the work and the home front so well? Go ahead.
Sure. So PolyChem is a company that was started by my in-laws. My father-in-law, who was an eminent scientist in the field of lubrication and engineering. So we are a second generation entrepreneurs. Me and my husband, we joined PolyChem around 10 plus years ago.
Okay.
And yes, I was a mom then, and my sons were pretty young, so it was definitely challenging. But I just feel that, please don't take it otherwise, you know, I don't want to be, I do want to be neutral, but I do believe that women are more flexible in terms of adopting to change faster.
Very true.
And I think that has helped me a lot in terms of managing multiple responsibilities and balancing, you know, the home front as well as the company front.
Right.
A little bit about my company. We are into manufacturing of specialty chemicals with a main focus on creating import substitutes from raw materials that are available in India.
Okay.
So 10 years ago or so, when we came back and when we did sort of a research in terms of where does the Indian lubrication industry stand and how the trends are evolving, we noticed that a lot of MNCs were coming to India. And they were in need of products that were internationally, you know, recognized. However, given Indian import practices, they had to buy in bulk because these products were imported. They had to be stored for at least 2 months because to ensure sufficient supply. So there was a lot of investment that was happening in terms of procuring the products. The third thing that we observed was that there is a huge opportunity for us to create a dent. Obviously, being a smaller company, we had to prove our mettle before, you know, proving a product. But we came up with import substitutes using Indian raw materials.
Amazing.
That meant that these MNCs could procure our products just in time at a lower cost and lower turnaround times. So that really has given us a lot of boost, and yes, we are definitely seeing a lot of growth.
Okay. And also in India, so you know that is very good.
That became popular a little later, but we were happy that we were already on the bandwagon at the
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely. And how was your experience managing the work and the home front when your kids were little? I'm sure you had a lot of support from your family.
I feel that, when I think about it, when I started on the journey of entrepreneurship, actually my kids were also little, and the entrepreneurship was also in infancy. So both demanded a lot of time.
Right.
And actually, the situation on the home front had become a little precarious because of my in-laws' sudden illness. So there was a lot of upheaval that was going on. And I remember the time when I used to think that how am I going to get over all this and create some semblance or some balance out of all this, because I did not wanted my kids to feel neglected in a time that they needed me the most.
Yeah, correct.
And at the same time, business also needed that kind of an attention. So I feel that over a period of time, I have been focused on, one day at a time. So baby steps, small improvements every day. And that helped me a lot. It took a lot of stress away. Awesome. And as I went on, I was more focused on creating systems that would enable order out of chaos.
Right.
So now, when I look back, my kids are sufficiently grown up, and so has our company. So both of them have become, independent, and they are able to propel forward. Right. So that I have time now, more time to work on newer initiatives.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, all the babies have grown up now. So I know, Kranti, I know that you said you're a second generation entrepreneur, but if you could just shed some light on the motivation in the first place that PolyChem was started. Like, what was it?
Actually, my father-in-law, Dr. Kaulgud, he was an academician. He had a PhD in chemistry, and he was working as a professor initially with Ferguson College. Then he became the head of the department, and then went on to become vice principal. He always had this observation that the education system of India does not have any connect with the industry.
Okay.
And with this thought, he started this company, that whatever our graduates are learning, they should be in a position to actually apply it. And there has to be a tie-up with the industry. Right. And that's how PolyChem was born. Okay. Even though I would say he was more research-oriented rather than market-oriented. So during his time, or when I joined PolyChem in about, I would say about 10, 12 years era, he had created almost 450 different formulations.
Wow.
So there was a lot of work that was happening in terms of innovation.
Yes.
And we sort of honed it further, I would say, or created a more business focus, or make it more, market focused. Right. But the foundation was already there.
Right. Absolutely. I think that is very wonderful. And the name also, it stands out because PolyChem, like, is it a blend of polymer chemistry, which is kind of shortened into PolyChem?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. So I do want to ask you, Kranti, what is it about this venture, that gives you a feeling of satisfaction or an accomplishment, or in common terms, you can say a kick? What is it about this field?
I feel, Trupta, that the biggest sense of achievement for us is when we see that over last number of years, we have seen that very ordinary and simple people have come and worked with us.
Okay.
And they are a part of our venture.
Right.
And with the right kind of support system and, of course, their own potential, they have grown so well. Their overall thinking has evolved a lot, along with their own lifestyle, and it has impacted their own family lives as well. So overall quality of life has gone up enormously.
Amazing.
And I feel that gives us the biggest kick in terms of accomplishments. And of course, given my management background, the turnover that we have grown to and still growing, and obviously the bottom line also does give me kick. But I think that is sort of a dessert after a full meal. So mainly I feel that we have been able to influence people to evolve and do better for themselves. That's the biggest impact or the biggest achievement out of this entire venture.
Right. And you feel like this, you're influencing people in a positive way, and you can see them smile at the end of the day. So, like you said, that's the greatest feeling of accomplishment.
Absolutely.
So, in when you start any venture, there are bound to be some challenges or like some barriers, obstacles. So, when PolyChem was started, what were some of the barriers you all had to break during this journey?
I feel if I think about, I would say the barriers were sort of, they came in two phases. The first one was to do with myself, in the sense that I had had corporate experience, mainly working with MNCs based out of US.
Okay.
And when you're working in an MNC, everything is organized. Okay, you have a set profile, and the support system is already there, and you're doing your job, and you're getting appraisals based on that and growth based on that. So it is very much, there are no surprises, so many surprises basically. But when I moved to India in itself, from a corporate culture wise, is an entirely new ballgame.
Okay.
And out of that, working for an SME or being an entrepreneur for an SME is just a 360-degree opposite mindset than being in the corporate sector, being a corporate sector employee. Because SMEs and entrepreneurships do tend to be messy. There are a lot of gray areas. It's a disorganized sector. So I think initially I had to build a lot of patience in terms of accepting that, yes, this is the situation. And there is also an opportunity that I can create order out of chaos. I can take this venture to the next level. So that was the first phase, I think. And that is probably, my beginning of evolution as an entrepreneur leader. The second set of challenges was the company had been in existence for some time, and there was a team in place. And that team was very much used to, or very much comfortable in the family culture that the company had. So they are all good people. A lot of them are still there with us. But it's just that being in a smaller company makes your thinking also smaller. So when you talk about growth or bigger goals or alignment, people are not able to connect immediately. Secondly, it also disturbs their comfort zone. So resistance to change was definitely one of the areas that I encountered, and that was a major challenge. Secondly, you cannot simply change somebody's mindset by telling them to change. Okay, you have to apply multiple strategies to really take them to that next milestone. So it's been a journey, but definitely these two are the hardest to break to start with.
Right, absolutely. Very true that you said, right? You can't just tell someone, okay, change, then it's going to happen. You have to keep working at it, which is what you guys did, and you're going strong since the last 24 years, which in itself speaks for itself. So, at this point, what do you think is needed to, I'll call PolyChem your baby, because we are saying Momtastic Mondays and mompreneur. So what is needed to take this venture or your baby to new heights? Or what is needed for you to reach your business aspirations at this point?
I feel that for me to take PolyChem to new heights, I need to evolve continuously as a leader. I can very consciously, I've observed this process, that the way I have evolved, I have been able to impact and influence the team working with me, and they have taken PolyChem to the next level. So it's a team effort. So my evolution as a leader, my adopting to changes, my new learning and implementation is definitely going to make the dent, and it's going to sort of take us further and further in our growth.
Okay, nice, very nice. So, actually, I wanted to ask you my next question, which is, How do you think this venture has changed you? Like, what are the changes it's brought about in you? Positive, negative, anything you would like to know?
Um, I feel that it has changed me in multiple ways.
Okay.
When I first started, I was a career woman. I was thinking about my career and what's going to be my next promotion and what am I supposed to do to get there and that sort of thing. But being an entrepreneur, it has definitely expanded my horizon. Just to quickly summarize, when I was growing up, I wanted to be an IAS officer.
Okay.
But due to some personal challenges, I did not take that route. Instead, I ended up doing my MBA in the US. But I wanted to come back at all times to India. That was for sure. So when I got back, there were two choices. One was that straight get into corporate India and work with an MNC. But somewhere in my mind, I had this inkling that I had wanted to become an IAS officer because I wanted to create an impact on society.
Okay.
So now just going and working for an MNC wouldn't do me good. And that's the reason why I chose to be an entrepreneur. So even though it was very tough to get things going, I knew that I had the potential to impact a lot of people. And this particular mindset or attitude, I think, did change me a lot because I started looking at things more from a holistic perspective for the different stakeholders in my company, whether it be my employees or my suppliers or consultants or whoever, or my customers, of course. So how do I look at them holistically? How do I create such an environment for them that helps them win their goals and at the same time create an impact on the national economy?
Right.
So I'm back in India. Yes, I do believe that I don't need to be in the US to attain whatever financial goals that I had.
Yeah.
I can be anywhere in the world and I can do the same in India. And I have been confident about that, and my confidence has always paid me well. So that aspect is already there. But I feel that through me, there is a lot that can be achieved in other people's lives. And the ripple effect of that is I'm already contributing to the national economy. So I think I became a bigger person in my thinking. And that has happened because I chose to be an entrepreneur. And I see that the more and more I'm going ahead, I'm connecting with individuals from various sectors, from various walks of life, who really mean to do a lot for the country. And it is great, I mean, today, for example, if I'm offered a job as, a VP or a CEO somewhere in US, I would turn it down because the quality of life that I've achieved by being an entrepreneur, it's unparalleled. So I feel that it just made me a more dynamic and a more, overall a bigger person, I would say.
Right. And it's so amazing to hear that, Kranti, because you decided to come back, you felt strongly that you needed to come back. And even though one dream of the IAS officer could not be achieved, that didn't stop you. You decided to be an entrepreneur, not to be stuck in a 9 to 5, and you just decided to go for it, and being a mompreneur. So I'm very sure your team is incredibly lucky to have you as their mentor. So, I would like to ask you that I did mention it earlier, what are some of the words of wisdom or advice that you would like to give to the upcoming entrepreneurs or even mompreneurs? Because, they do want to go out and do something, but a lot of times something holds them back, they're hesitant. So what would you like to say to them?
I feel, Trupta, a lot of people have potential. And generally, I feel that if we were to talk about Indians, Indians do have a lot of potential. They do have a lot of intelligence. One of the things that I've observed is why we fail is because of our willpower and consistency, or I should say lack of willpower and consistency. And especially in case of women, see, we have been trained that family comes first, which I absolutely agree that yes, It definitely matters, but I feel it's not a one-way street. It works both ways. And that is how I've been able to be successful. Even my younger son, who is only 9 years old, he is a support system for me. So I'm successful because my husband, my kids, and my extended family are providing me support, and vice versa. So in terms of opportunity, we have enormous amount of opportunities. However, what's required is the desire to keep on pushing through. Obstacles are going to be there, barriers are going to be there, you're going to be thrown off course, you're going to feel pretty down and pretty bad, you're going to have self-doubt, all of that is going to happen. But I feel that you should have a much bigger vision about your life as a woman, as a person, and of course, keep on balancing the act and keep on going forward. I would like to share this with you that during my journey as an entrepreneur, today I feel that I'm a lot more free than I was probably 5-6 years ago in terms of my time management, because things are running on autopilot, a lot of systems are running on autopilot, and I have created a culture of dependence and self-dependence at home also. So my kids are also supporting themselves, supporting each other. And that has enabled me to do 2 Himalayan treks. I also went to Spain for a skydiving adventure. We were 90 entrepreneurs from Pune who went there, and we did a Guinness Book of World Record. We did one Limca Book of World Record. That is highest number of civilians, jumping on foreign ground without training. All of this has happened. Then I went to Dubai for a dance festival. I participated with a team of other moms and entrepreneurs, and we won silver medal there. So a lot of new exposure, a lot of new experiences are constantly happening. It's just that you have to take them or focus on them. You have to bring them in your circle of vision to make it, be there and achieve that. So I feel that a lot of times we give up too easily. So we shouldn't give up. We should simply keep on doing things, go towards it, and it will happen. That's my message to every woman that is out there. And whether you do have support or you don't have support. See, one wonderful thing about women, which we sometimes do forget, we are the best influencers, okay? So, and it's like a broken record technique. The more you play it, the other person starts singing the same. So why not say positive things so they reciprocate the same? So this is definitely something that we all can do, and we can achieve all the dreams that we would want to achieve, whether it be travel or anything for that matter.
Very well said, and very wonderful. Like, don't limit yourself. Just go for it, and don't even if you're down, just lift yourself up and go for it. So very well said, Kranti, and thank you so much for agreeing to come on the KYE platform on Momtastic Mondays and speaking to us and sharing some wonderful insights. And thank you for your time, and we wish PolyChem all the best for the future. So thank you so
much, Trupta. It was really great talking to you, and I didn't know I had so much to share. So it was really great.
Absolutely. It was lovely listening to you talk. Thank you so much, Kranti.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.